Hello everyone and welcome to the hands-on demo on AWS CodeArtifact. So in this demo, we will create a CodeArtifact domain and a repository. We will configure repository permissions and upstream repositories. We will create and publish a custom Node.js package. We will configure npm to use CodeArtifact as a registry. We will create a consumer application that will use our published package. We will test the setup by installing and using the package, and finally we'll clean up all the resources. So step 1 is to create a repository in CodeArtifact. I have logged into AWS console and I am working in US East 1, North Virginia default region, and I will search for CodeArtifact and click on CodeArtifact. So CodeArtifact is part of developer tools. So we have code commit where we save the code. CodeArtifact is where we publish our packages and libraries. Then build is for building the your projects and all. So code build can also deploy to CodeArtifact through code deploy, and code pipeline is how you configure the whole pipeline. So step 1, create repository and provide a repository name. So I'll copy the repository name from the labs, and you can select the public upstream repositories. This is optional, but I will select npm. Next is to select the domain. So if you go to the next step, so you can select which domain you want to use. So I'll just use the this AWS account. So I'll just select this AWS account and I have to provide a name. So I'll copy this company domain. So as soon as you paste this, you will see a domain URL, the company domain, AWS account ID, and codeartifact.useast1 Amazon AWS.com. And additional configuration, I'll just keep the default setting. Next, and you can review and create. So you have public npm.js, which is the upstream, then your own company repository and the domain. Click on create repository. So let it create, and next step is to, we have seen this. So I will create 2 repositories. So just so that we can have some variety. So I will say Python repo, and this will be pointing to upstream PyStore. Okay, I'll just close this. This is done. And I come to the repositories again. So this will have 2 repositories. One is npm store, which is the upstream, and the company repo. Next, if I click create repository, I'll create one more, and the upstream will be PyStore. So if you select, you can select the PyStore. There are other options like Cargo, Maven, Google Android, Ruby Gems and all. NuGet Store. Click on next, and same this AWS account, and here you will see that you don't have to create. You can select the domain which is already existing because we already created a domain. So I can say same company domain and click on next, and then you can review and create repository. So after this creation, you will be default. You will come to the repository page where we can see the connection instructions. So okay, so next we'll go to the domain and see all our repositories. So if you click on domains, there is a company domain, and inside that you will see all the repository. So npm, and this is the upstream, and then we have company repo, first one, and the Python repo. Next, repositories. Also you can go inside repositories and you will be able to see all the repository information. And if you go inside, you can see more information. For example, let's say I click on Python repo, I can see information about how to connect and all that I will be covering in the lab. So next we have seen this. Now we'll be connecting to the npm repo that we have created. So I come to this screen and repositories. If I go to the repositories, our company repo. So here, company repo and view connections instructions. So company repo and click on view connection instructions. So you can select which, if you are on Mac or Linux, you can select which client you are using. So let's say npm, and whether you are using CLI or you are push pull from your repository, and you will see the AWS CLI command to log into CodeArtifact. If you are using Windows, select the appropriate, use the appropriate command. So I'm on Mac, I'll just use the Mac version. So this is npm and this is the command. So I'll just keep this screen open here for some time, and I'll create a local project structure where I'll just created a CodeArtifact demo folder on my local machine, and I will cd into that. So here, actually I have already created this folder and this is under my desktop, and currently this folder is blank. So just create a folder with CodeArtifact dash demo. Next step is to check whether npm rc file has got any contents or not. So if I paste this, currently there is no such file or directory. Okay, next step is we have to apply the repository policy. So I go to the company repo. So before we can use the company repo, we have to apply some certain repository policy so that it can be used. So just close this and apply repository policy and click on example policies. So you have read only repository access, and there are two versions. So if you go to the second, read and publish, so you have two versions. But for the sake of this demo, I'll just give full repository access and I'll choose the AWS IAM principle. So if you click here, full repository access, and this has all the actions which are related to CodeArtifact, and we are giving it to the root account. In the sense, whoever any user should be able to once they are part of CodeArtifact, like I'll show you how to create the user, they will be able to perform all operations. So I'll copy this whole JSON and paste it here, and after this just click on save. Let me click save once again. Okay, so this is saved, and if okay, so there probably is some extra. I'll just delete it and come here, copy, paste, and click on save. Okay, so we have to the issue is we have to change the account ID, right? So I'll just come here and copy your account ID and come to the screen and paste the account ID and click on save, right? So you will get a message saying that successfully saved your repositories policy. So we have done this step, and now we'll create a CodeArtifact user. So this is a special user who can work with CodeArtifact. So I come to the screen and go to IAM. I'll open this in a new tab. So this user will have access to work directly with CodeArtifact. So I'll go to the users, create user, and I keep this unselected because this user will only use the CLI, AWS CLI. And in permissions, I will be providing the permission to work with CodeArtifact. So copy this CodeArtifact and under user groups, okay, this is not inside user groups, so we have to say attach policies directly. So we are attaching permission policies directly to the user. And for this demo, we can say, okay, CodeArtifact admin access. So make sure you select this and you should be here and then select it here. Click on next and this is the username and the access. Click on create user. So once you have created the user, so we have covered this step, we will have to create the secret access key and the ID. So we have created the user and click on this user, CodeArtifact user, and if you just scroll down, or you have to come to security credentials and you have to create the access keys. So this is required because the user will be using the AWS CLI. So click on create access key, command line interface, and just select this box that I understand the above recommendation and want to proceed to create an access key. And you can leave this optional tag, and I'll just keep the screen because I'll be configuring the AWS CLI with these values. So make sure you just pause the screen or you save it or download the CSV, but I'll be doing it immediately. So I have to do AWS configure. So you can run AWS configure from anywhere from your machine. It does not matter. So now it is asking for access key ID. So this screen is still open. So I'll just click here, access key. I'll paste it. And secret access key. I'll paste the secret access key, US East 1 JSON. So this is set. Okay, next step is to do a CodeArtifact login. So the command is AWS CodeArtifact with service. We are doing a login. The tool which we are using is npm repository. Company repo, the name is same. Domain is also same. Region is US East 1 and domain owner. So this last part you have to substitute with your AWS account ID, the 12-digit account ID number. So I come here, paste the command and just delete this, and in the same screen, click on account ID and paste the account ID. So you will see successfully configured npm to use CodeArtifact repository. So you can actually verify after this step by running this command. So we have seen earlier there was no such file or directory. Now my system is configured to work with the AWS CodeArtifact repository. Okay, next step, you can do a npm config list. So you will see the registry information, and these are the comments. Some are like comments, and so this is very specific to Node or npm. But I'm showing just to prove that this is configuring the npm correctly to be used. And if you do an npm ping, this is also specific to npm, where it will just validate whether you have configured any repository through npm rc or through that command or not. So once we have verified till here, we can do an npm install Lodash, which is a very popular library. So just to make sure that it's working fine and there is no issue, and if you do a npm list Lodash, you will be able to verify is there any issues or not. So this is also working fine. Next, I will just create a folder, my company utils, and create a node package and publish to CodeArtifact. So I am now inside my company utils folder, and here I will npm init. So this will make this as part of a Node.js package. So if I run this command, it will basically initialize this folder. And if I do, so it has just created a package.json file, and I can show you the content. So this is how the default package.json looks like. So we'll just create a backup. And we'll create our own custom package.json saying that this is the name of the package, company utils, because we later on will be referring this name to be used by some other, like we'll simulate that some other developer will be using our package. And there's some and this part is the only part which is important, and the version. There's some other information like scripts and all. So I'll copy this. And what I can do a touch package.json. I'll open this in Visual Studio Code. So let it open. And I'll content of from the lab, okay, and save the file. So this is done, and I'll just create a index.js with some kind of a dummy functionality where I will be publishing this particular package. So it has two function and there's a module exports. So I'll copy this and go to Visual Studio Code, new file, and paste the whole content. So this is done, and so our package is ready. Now we can do an npm publish. So copy the command, paste it. So this has successfully configured or published the package. So we can verify whether there should be a package inside company repo. So I'm in at company repo, and so if I go to the repositories, company repo, and you will see there is a utils package which we just published. And if you click utils package, you will see more information about the package, and you can drill down also. There's some more information you will see. Next is to connect to the repository. So we'll do for the Python as well. So we'll configure Python. We'll just showcase Python also steps here. So if you come here and go to the, so I'll just open this in a new tab. And repositories, and this is the Python repo. So click on view connection instructions and select. So I'll just say pip, and using AWS CLI and the command here. So I'll just cd out from this folder, and now I'm at the parent CodeArtifact demo level. And this is the whole command. So a CodeArtifact, but this time tool is pip, and the repository name is different, domain is same, region is same, and domain owner will be the account ID. So I'll copy this, paste it, and take the, so I can close this and take the account ID and paste it. So this is how you configure Python's pip to point to your CodeArtifact repository. So we have seen this, and if you do pip config list, you will be seeing something what we similar to what we see when we do npm rc file, right? So this is pip's internal config list, and it is pointing to the AWS repository. And if you like install any kind of package, you can run the command. So it's already there. And I'll just do a quick test for package. So this will be a test for our node package. So this is like some other developer on some other machine trying to pull the package from CodeArtifact. So I'll create a directory and cd into it. So now I'm inside package test. Earlier it was company utils, right? And this is just a way to how to if you want to see the CodeArtifact auth token, this is how you can run this command to see the auth token. This is just some additional information. It has nothing to do with next set of steps. Okay, next. So now we are inside package test. We are again initializing. So we'll say npm init -y. So this is initialized, and now this is the crucial step, npm install at company/utils. So the name must match exactly what we published the package as. So I'm saying npm install at company utils. So this will now pull the package which we have just published. And if I open this repository also in Visual Studio Code, you will see this package.json, and node modules has company utils package. And now we will test it by writing a simple program. So this is a test.js file. So I'll just copy the whole content. So it is saying it should import from company utils, and then we are just format currency, validate email. So these two functions were there in the like source package, right? So we are testing it. We are not writing the whole code here, right? So here at this level itself, at the parent level, test.js, and save the whole code. Now I can just run this by running node space test.js. So I'll node test.js. So this is the outcome. So now we have verified that our package is being able to get imported and get tested. And finally, we'll clean up all the resources. So you can do a npm config delete registry. So this is deleted. You can verify by doing a cat. So it has deleted the registry, but there is one additional step for it to the content. So you have to do npm config delete company domain and the whole command. So I'll take the whole command, paste it, and part which you have to make sure that you replace the account ID. So copy the account ID. And now you'll see no such file or directory. Okay, so this is done, and I'll just set the pip config also, unset the global index URL. So this is we are doing for Python. Okay, so this is done, and I will remove all the folders that I have created. So I'll copy this. I'll go one level up. Right, so it should be in CodeArtifact demo. And remove the two folders. And if you want, you can remove the other files as well. So let's say yes. Finally, we can delete the repository. So you can go to the this screen and go to the repositories. So we have to delete all this one by one. So I'll just select one, delete repository, and copy paste, delete. So take the other one, third one, and the fourth one also. So select this, delete repository. So now there are no more repositories, and we can delete the domain. So go to the domains, select the domain, type in delete. So domain is deleted, and lastly, you can delete the IAM user. So come to this screen and just click on done. So when you delete the user, all the access key, secret ID, all those will automatically gets deleted. So just I am on this screen, CodeArtifact user. Click on delete user. First deactivate access key and copy paste confirm. So this will take care of everything, like the secret access key and user, everything gets deleted. And that's all. Thanks for watching.